Hey Grace, this is Julian Keller with Dave Wright Nissan Subaru, and I just wanted to get you a quick video of some of the features on the Crosstrek that'll help you get the hang of it a lot quicker. So I'll just kind of start my way from the top and work my way down, and I'll hit some of the important parts for you and let you know what you really need to focus on learning. So lights turn on individually over here. There is a door setting right here, so when the doors open up, the lights will come on their own. And then you have lane departure warning right here, pre-collision braking. Only reason you'd ever really want to turn this one off, the pre-collision braking, maybe you're in like a car wash and it sees those big rollers ahead of you, it's going to not want to drive into those rollers because it thinks that it's made out of metal. So if that ever happens in a car wash and your car's not moving forward, all you got to do is just hold that down, and then it'll pop up on the dash that it's been turned off. If it's not on the dash, then you know that it's on. So it'll just look like that. Lane departure warning, you know, some people like this feature, some don't, so it's up to you if you want to turn it off. You also can turn the volume down, but maybe you're driving through like a newly constructed area and there's painted lines all over the road and it's going off like crazy. Again, you would just hold that down and turn it off and it'll pop up on the dash. This button right here is for your roadside assistance. This one right there is for emergency assistance. So if you do run out of gas, you need a jump start, try doing that one. It'll take you over to a representative. Don't be afraid to use it. Like I said, you got it for free for 3 years. And then yours will have moonroof controls on it too. This one doesn't have it, but you will have moonroof controls in here as well. And then as far as the display goes, to set up your phone Bluetooth, all you do is go to phone, hit yes, and then you'll go in your phone, and it should pop under as Subaru BT in your Bluetooth, and you'll just connect it through there, hit accept, okay, allow, so you can get your contacts and hands-free messaging through there. And then you will have your recent calls on there, keypad if you're talking to automated prompt system, dial 1 to speak in English, 2 to speak in Espanol, 3 to pay with the credit card. You can do all that. You can do all that on here. Phone book, everyone will be in there A to Z. If you particularly like any of those people, you can just highlight the star and then next to their name, and then they will be saved in your favorites, which is kind of like a speed dial. All right, and then if you ever get lost in these menus, home button right there will take you back to the center screen, and it's kind of set up like your phone's home screen. These are like all your apps that you can get to that are all one press away. Otherwise, you do have buttons for some of them down here. Kind of already hit the phone settings. Biggest thing about this would probably be the sound settings in here. If anything's too loud, you can turn it down in here. And then media, this is like Bluetooth through your phone and stuff like that, using the CD player, the auxiliary cable that's down here. All of that will come through the media section. Radio, you do have XM for 4 free months, so don't be afraid to use that. You got 18 different presets that you can use. To save one, all you do is just hold it down and then it's saved like that. And then apps. So this is one of the more important things on the car, will be your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. All you'll do is just plug your phone into the vehicle down there, right? Sometimes you don't need to plug it in. Sometimes it works wirelessly depending on your, you know, whatever kind of phone operating system that you have installed on your phone. Otherwise, yeah, you'll just use Apple CarPlay for Apple phones, Android Auto for Android phones, and it'll allow you to get more apps from your phone on the screen. So the big thing people like to use is the maps from their phone, so it's projected onto the screen there. And you can also use podcasts, audiobooks, music, that kind of stuff can be projected onto there too. And then you can get weather on here as well. You'll just go on your weather, right? And then you can go to locations, set it to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and you got your current forecast, your 5-day forecast, what's coming up, and then you got nearby fuel prices as well. All right. So yeah, that's really it for that right there. Pretty simple to use. Let me know if you got questions. Hazard lights are going to be down here, and then you got temperature controls. This is your fan speed, and then this is the mode, and that'll all pop up here. So if when you turn the mode knob, you can see that it chooses which way it's ventilating in the car. And then your heated seats will be down here. Obviously, if you turn the car off and leave these on, it'll just pop on automatically when you start the car. If you do that remotely or whatnot, if you just, like I said, if you just leave those thrown, automatically turn on for you. X mode, this is if you're in deep snow or deep mud, or just in regular snow or dirt. At low speeds, you can use that to help you get more traction. So if you ever get stuck, try turning that on, and that should help you get a little bit extra traction. When you press it, it pops up on there, and you can see on the sports you got 2 different settings. So pretty awesome. And that does turn off automatically after 25 miles an hour. You don't have to be in neutral or anything special like that to use it. It's real simple to use. And then you got sport mode and intelligent mode. The car will be in intelligent mode by default. That saves you fuel on the car. So I would just keep it in that. Unless you want to burn up extra fuel, you can throw it in sport mode, right, and get a little bit more oomph out of the engine. And then this is going to be one of the big features on the car to learn too is your cruise control and lane centering. So it works just like normal cruise control. You cruise control on, and then you set it by throwing that down. And you can see that the icon's in white right now to let you know it's in standby. Once you set it, it'll eventually turn green, and you can adjust your distance with these ones right here. All right, I would just leave it maxed out, give your car the most time to respond, but it's up to you how you want to do that. And then lane centering is that button right there. Once you have the cruise control activated, you can turn that on, and then it'll be in white like that. And then once it's activated and calibrating center, it'll turn green. Just remember that those cameras up here need to be able to read the lane markers on the road. So if it can't see the phosphorus paint, it's worn away by weather, covered in dirt or snow or something like that, you're on a gravel road, it's not going to be able to work. Also, if you go into a turn that's too steep, right, more than 45 degrees, it'll turn off automatically when you go into the turn. So just make sure that you have your hands on the wheel when you're using that and you're in control. But really nice feature, especially when you're on the interstate to use. And yeah, so that'll be one of the big things to play with to get comfortable with the car, as well as the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay and the apps up here. And then the other thing on the car that you're going to want to play with is the setting menu here. So these arrows will show you different statistics up here, right, until you get to that setting menu, and you just pull that eye forward and it'll take you into the setting menu in there. And then you can customize the safety technologies on the car. So you got like warning volume here. So, and then you can adjust like the eyesight settings, the cruise control characteristics, that kind of stuff. So definitely play around in there and see what you can and can't customize. And then this one answers incoming calls. This one hangs it up. This is also your voice command prompt system. So you press that, right, and it gives you those options right there to use.
There's no media device connected that supports the play voice command.
So you can also, if you have an Apple phone, you can use Hey Siri on your phone. If you just say Hey Siri, it'll automatically pop up that voice command prompt. If you have an Android phone, you can use Hey Google. I would recommend setting that up on your phone because it'll answer a lot more questions and do a lot more for you than this will. This one hangs up the calls. It does take a couple seconds to hang up. So if it wasn't a call you particularly enjoyed, just make sure you wait a couple seconds before you speak your mind. Fair warning there. And then info right here. This will take you through different statistics up top. And then I would just leave the headlights on automatic. They'll turn on automatically when it's dark enough outside. If you have your brights on too, it'll automatically dim your brights when it senses oncoming traffic. And then traction control down here. This is your auto start stop. That's the one it'll take the RPMs down to 0 when you come to complete stop if the conditions are right to save you fuel. If maybe you're in like a small Iowa town and you're coming to a stop sign every 50 yards and it just is turning off for 1 second at a time and you don't want that, you can just press that button and then it'll automatically turn it off down there. It's that A with that slash going through it. So at the bottom you can see what your fuel is, that blue bar, and then if you ever forget what side your gas cap's on, that little fuel sign with the arrow pointing to the right, that lets you know what side it's on. Just turn all this stuff off. And I would just leave it on that miles per hour while you're getting used to the cruise control. It makes it a lot easier. Other than that, everything else should become pretty simply. As I said, the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, one of the big things. The second big thing will be these buttons over here. And then the third big thing will be that setting menu in there. Okay, so once you can get the hang of those three things, everything else will come automatically. Let me know if you have any questions, but hopefully this video was helpful, Grace, and enjoy your new Crosstrek. Thank you.